Hello again. This is Jennifer, and I just wanted to kind of make a video a little bit about my a little bit of my background on deliverance, but starting back when I was like even a child. And so, growing up, my parents allowed me to watch all kinds of scary movies. I don't advise that for children, but back then I loved scary movies, and so I would watch them. So that's not a good thing. But so I would constantly have from the time I was like 4 years old until I was probably 7. I always had a recurring nightmare of a witch being in my closet. And I still don't know to this day why I had it. It eventually stopped happening. But I had that dream constantly when I was little. And also, trying to think what else. I also had a dream when I was little of being in a fire. And I even asked my parents when I was little, I'm like, was there ever a fire at this house? So I don't know. That was weird. And then my sister, when she was little, she she was, I don't know how old she was. I don't know, probably real small. She would had one point in time seen two people walking down our hallway, and they were dressed in settler type clothes, like from the 1800s. And so she had seen that, and I had also, when I was real little, my mother had bipolar disorder, and it was undiagnosed bipolar disorder. And until I was like, she didn't get diagnosed until I was like 26, 27. And so there were times that, she would go into have really bad mood swings, really bad depression. And I remember one time I was very scared because she was just having a bad mood and everything. And I called my auntie and I was like, Auntie, it's like there's a demon inside of her. And now I don't know what made me say that. I think I myself think that the reason why I said that is because I'm supposed to do what I do today, cast demons out of people. And so I think even back then I seen it in people. And I was not allowed. I watched scary movies back then, but I was not allowed to watch any movies about demons. Like, I've never seen the movie The Exorcist. I've never seen any kind of poltergeist movies, like that sort of thing. So I was never allowed to watch that kind of stuff. That was a definite no in my family. I, however, did not grow up going to church. So I went to church with my aunt and uncle and my cousins growing up when they would invite me when I was little, and I would stay over there, stay the night every now and then. And I would go to church, with them. I would go to church with my friends when they would invite me when I was little. But we did not go to church when I was younger, so I didn't get exposed to, Jesus casting out demons out of people. I did not get exposed to that. I didn't hear about it. So I don't know what made me say that when I was little, other than I believe my spirit knew uh, what I do now about demons being in people. And so, my mother was took care of us very well and was always a housewife and always did all the motherly type things. She took care of us when we were sick. She would bake cookies for the school, all that kind of stuff. But she just had a very severe problem with bipolar disorder, and I do believe to this day it was demonic. I know it was, and it's unfortunate that she could not get help back then, because I believe deliverance could have helped her quite a bit. But that's just a little bit of the stuff, like when I was little, what I dealt with. I would also see shadows in the house. Like when I was a little kid, I would see moving shadows in the hallway. And so I'd see like different stuff in the house, and had nightmares every single night when I was little, probably up to the age of 7. So I guess that's about all I experienced when I was little with all that I can think of and remember right now. That's just a little bit of my background when I was a child and dealing with the demonic type stuff. So I think, one sense away, the enemy tried to use that against me, but then I think that was actually God's way of, God turning around everything that the enemy tried to use. He turns it around for your good. And so I think that it was almost a little bit of a training ground. So, God works in mysterious ways. So, hope this is helpful and maybe a little bit insightful on some different stuff with deliverance. And I thank you for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Thank you, and God bless. Bye.